either one, because what the most important thing is you find what you love. You find what you love, and you do that, and you totally got water off a duck, everything. You cannot be worried.
You know, it always seemed, that kind of success always seemed like something that was outside of my reach. It was like, I don't even want to think about it because I have no idea of knowing if that kind of success is going to come to me. How could you know? You know?
Play the guitar. They want to hear music. So the ultimate goal is playing music, being evocative, lifting people's spirits, being an entertainer. It's all part of it. The practicing is supposed to help you do that. So
music itself, you know, they forget about their talents. They forget about the other half of them. So therefore, you can sing a whole lot of blues. The more money you make, the more blues sometimes you can sing. But the idea is like to use all these hang-ups and all these different things, you know, as steps in life, you know.
Talent doesn't matter when it comes to becoming a successful guitar player. Well, it does, but not in the ways one would think. Of course, talent matters. At the highest levels, in order to reach commercial success, a guitar player needs to be good at quite a few things. However, in a world where social media has painted a cookie-cutter image of success, it can be hard for musicians of all kinds to live up to unrealistic expectations that are modeled by exceptional cases. The truth is, even if someone plays guitar at a very high level, they aren't guaranteed a lucrative career in music. The path forward requires more than just talent. In this video, we'll be going over why talent alone isn't enough to make it as a musician and identify the underlying factors that allow guitar players to achieve commercial success. Let's break it all down.
It's what's inside you and what you want to say. And I think really, you know, if your aim is just being famous, then forget it, because being famous is nothing. It doesn't mean anything, you know. But if you have something to say and if you have something, you know, if you have something in mind that you want to communicate, then you will do it.
Recognition at the top of any craft often comes with perceived benefits like fame, fortune, influence, and admiration. When it comes to a successful career in music, these are usually the things that can be driving forces for aspiring guitar players. After all, who wouldn't want to be touring the world and playing sold-out shows, all while being sponsored by big brands to fuel a lifestyle most people will never get to experience? If the only prerequisite to accessing the rewards that come from recognition was being great at the guitar, we would see a lot more talented guitar players on the covers of magazines living abundantly. The truth is, however, that most guitar players, regardless of how good they are at the instrument, will struggle in their pursuit to be recognized for their contributions as a player. Just take a look at the progressive music scene, which has some of the most technically skilled musicians in the world that struggle to find commercial success or even make ends meet. This is because talent has very little to do with achievement. At the top of the musical food chain, talent is the rule and not the exception. Everyone at the top is highly skilled in many different areas of the music industry, whether it be songwriting, sound engineering, technical playing, or business acumen. Talent is just a means to an end on the road to success, not the end result. Establishing skill alone is not what makes a guitar player a recognized figure. Acknowledging this opens the conversation up to the things that do, internal and external factors. Internal factors are the things within an individual's control, and external factors are the things that are outside of an individual's control. An internal factor that is absolutely essential for every endeavor is effort. Although effort doesn't guarantee achievement, it is quite literally the only thing that even makes it a possibility. Getting good at the guitar takes effort. Problem solving takes effort. Marketing yourself takes effort. And usually the more effort an individual puts into something, the higher the probability that it will create opportunities for them. Effort is the culmination of quality and quantity of activity someone puts into something. Low quality effort is usually mindless activity done without much consideration. Low quality effort will yield very little in terms of moving a person towards their goals without some type of external factor acting as a crutch to still enable progress. High quality effort maximizes the results a person gets as it uses time and resources strategically to help get desired outcomes. The second internal factor we will be covering in this video is persistence. Persistence is the firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. When coupled with meaningful effort, it gives an individual with a goal in mind the highest chance of success. Many people throw in the towel long before they have given something a real chance to work out. Achievement takes time, and few have the wherewithal to hang in there as things become more challenging. Think about it. How many bands fall apart before they ever write their first song or play their first live show? The number is probably astronomical. The guitar players and musicians that seem to take their craft to the next level have dedicated their lives to making it work regardless of the outcome. If one is dedicated to spend the rest of their life working at something earnestly, they are exercising persistence. Unfortunately, even if someone has maximized the amount of effort and persistence they have put into a pursuit, it still doesn't mean that fame, fortune, or whatever will be theirs. Major commercial success is not possible without some luck.
I mean, I don't mean to get deep on you, but where do ideas come from? You know, if they came from me, every idea I came up with would be great.
They are, pretty much. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
You haven't heard some of the stuff that hasn't been released. You know, I'm just saying, I'm not to get deep, but there's a higher power. You know, I was chosen to do this.
There's no question of that.
And, and obviously many other, very talented people around the world,
Luck is an external factor whose role cannot be downplayed in the pursuit of commercial success. A person is extremely lucky if the music they enjoy writing and sharing with the world is in demand and can be a foundation for a lucrative career. A person is extremely lucky if they get a big break early into their careers rather than later or never getting one at all. A person is extremely lucky if their health doesn't become compromised while building a career that can create countless setbacks. Whether a person believes that the reality is a manifestation of their innermost beliefs or that their destiny is predetermined by some force outside of themselves, it is worth giving it a shot to see what lies on the other side of effort and persistence. The more a guitar player makes use of the internal factors, the more chances they can have luck be on their side. At this point, we must address something that is very rarely discussed when it comes to achievement, especially in a day and age where it seems like social media tells the masses what success should look like. The truth is, commercial success does not equal success in life. Commercial success is about money, and success in life is about fulfillment. If a guitar player has fame and recognition, but is stuck writing music they don't enjoy, constantly traveling with people they no longer get along with, and losing their physical and mental health along their journey, are they really that successful? Just think of the celebrities who appear to have everything in the world who suffer from depression. Sure, some may thrive living in that way, but every single person has their own set of desires that are unique to them. The things an individual works for can be lost in a moment's notice, and once a goal is reached, unless a new one is set, people are just left with themselves. It should be important then that people pursue what they truly desire and not what algorithms tell them will make them happy. A guitar player that has chosen a path they believe will bring them the most fulfillment is one that has succeeded, and at some point the reality will reflect it in some way. This could be considered wishful thinking. Taking steps to live in an individualized path is success, regardless of the presence of the money, the recognition, and the followers.
Almost everybody has something that they do that when they're doing it, they just really, they enjoy it. There's no fear in it. There's no fear of failure.
Core things are still the same. You have to have an incredible belief. If you really believe in what you're doing and you really have a vision of where you want to be, you have a good chance of getting there. The rest of it is all just, embroidery really. It's what's inside you.
As we can see, making it on the guitar is based on effort, persistence, and luck. Along with this, it is important to consider that success with the guitar means different things to different people, and the perception that we may have about making it may not align with the reality that is often presented to us through channels like social media. Success is highly personal, and it takes much more than just playing the guitar to be able to attain things like status, wealth, recognition, influence, and prestige. Only a handful of people will reach these ideals totally, but many more will find fulfillment with the instrument in different ways.